Hello, everyone, and welcome to our first ever CCN Awareness webinar. This is Mark Dempsey with the National Convergence Technology Center. We want to use this time to briefly explain what the Convergence College Network is, the CCN, and how you and your IT program can be part of it. If you haven't already, please take a moment to type your name in your school in the chat box so we know who is here. All right. So we're going to address these three topics. What is a CCN? What are the benefits of membership? And what do we expect from our members like you? Joining me today will be Debbie Miller, who manages reporting for the CTC, and Christina Titus, who is the program director for our sister grant, IT Skills Standards 2020 and beyond. Please send any comments or questions to us via the Zoom chat box. We hope there's some time at the end for Q&A. If you do speak up, just make sure you say your name so we know who is talking. Before we get started here, I just want to make very clear the very most important perk of the CC membership, that is there is no cost. It is 100% free to join the CCN. Everybody likes that, so it's free to join. All right, so now Debbie will answer some questions about what is a CCN, an overview. Debbie?
Thanks, Mark. So what is the CCN? The CCN is a community of practice. A community of practice is a group of people who deepen their knowledge and expertise in a specific area by interacting on an ongoing basis. For the CCN, that community is IT educators who meet regularly to share know-how and collectively problem solve. The overall goal is to align curriculum to workforce needs by staying current with the evolving IT industry. As of now, the CCN has 94 institutions across 31 states, which includes 10 four-year universities and 1 high school. The CCN is supported by the national CTC, which is us, and we are funded by a grant from the National Science Foundation. The national CTC is based at Collin College in North Texas. We're coming to the end of our second national grant, which was awarded in 2017 for $4 million. Here's a look at the 94 member institutions of the CCN across the country. A quick word about how information flows for the CCN. To keep things efficient and streamlined, each member school assigns a single primary contact. It can be a faculty member or an administrator. Aside from invitations to a special training events that will go out to everyone, the announcements from the national CTC will go to the school's prime contact. We rely on that person to decide how best to share that material with colleagues. Thanks, Mark.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about member benefits. There's 7 here. CC members get free faculty professional development. We offer some travel reimbursement help. You have access to a very robust resource wiki. The best thing is probably you get connected to like-minded faculty facing the same problems and challenges. You have access to industry job skills and trends feedback from employers. We help train you to use the built model to maximize your relationship with your employers, and there's 3 virtual labs. Those are the 7 benefits. Go through those one by one here. So our big 2 professional development events is working connections. We do 5 days in July in the summer, and then 3 days in December online for winter. Tuition is free for those, and the idea is you take what you learn at Working Connections back home with you to implement that at your program, either by creating a brand new class or by adjusting an existing class. About 3/4 over the last 5 or 6 years, about 3/4 of the attendees are picking topics they're not already teaching. So it's really expanding the pool of knowledge and getting students exposed to classes they would not otherwise be exposed to. Basically, what you do is that we offer several tracks. You pick one track, spend the entire duration of Working Connections, and a deep dive in that topic. It's 5 days in July or 3 days in December. That's how Working Connections work. Those are big ones. Now, in addition to that, we also have special topic events. We have a brown bag webinar series we've been running for about 1.5 years now. That's 30 minutes midday on a Wednesday. We record those if you can't make it, and we post those to our YouTube channel. Also, we have a number of presentations that are CCN meetings that would qualify as professional development. So that's faculty training. So we also offer reimbursement support. So we do our summer working connections here in Texas, and we do offer significant travel reimbursement help with that. We also send our CC members to conferences. It looks like the next one will probably be a high tech, which will be in Atlanta next July for 3 or 4 days. So how it works is you make your own arrangements, you spend out of your pocket, then you give us your receipts and a form to get you reimbursed. That's how the travel reimbursement works. And for the CNC members, for the most part, almost all your big ones are covered. I mean, we definitely cover your hotel and your airfare, maybe some ground transportation. That's a big perk for the CCN membership. Also a pretty robust resource wiki. We put a lot of stuff in this wiki. Most of it's open to the public, but there are some things that are open just for CCN members. We put all the meeting minutes of all of our meetings, our CC meetings, our built employer meetings that we have quarterly, any conference presentation that we make at conferences that goes in the wiki, whatever classroom tools, curriculum labs that members like you would provide, we put those on there, plus a number of built resources. It's a lot to digest, so we do offer twice a year. I try and put together like a list of what's been added in the last 6 months, kind of help you navigate and know what's there. Because if you just dive in, it's really overwhelming. So twice a year, we'll send you a list of what's new. This is a big one I mentioned, sharing know-how. So really, the real value isn't what we're doing, it's what you guys are doing together collectively. CC members get plugged into a community of like-minded educators, where we have these meetings 4 times a year. There's events that we hold, whether it's conferences or working connections, where you're meeting and mingling and networking and connecting. We also have this group email process where you send me a question or problem, I send to the entire group, and invariably, 5 or 6 people will write back with answers and solutions and ideas. So that's another sort of perk to being a CCN member. And obviously, you're going to share all your best practices and curriculum, whether that's at meetings, whether you send me something that I put on the wiki or on the resource wiki that we share. So that's kind of the way you're connecting with this community of practice, where everyone's in the same boat, facing the same challenges and exchanging information. As you can see there, we did a survey last summer, and over half of those who responded feel connected or very connected to other CCN faculty. So really, even though you're spread across the country, there's definitely a sense of community and belonging among members. Another perk benefit for CC membership, employer feedback. Built, if you're not familiar with the Built, that's business and industry leadership team. That's a cornerstone of everything we do here. We have a Built that we convene 4 times a year. We encourage all the CC members to follow the Built model. The idea is that your employers aren't just sort of passively sitting with you in the passenger seat. They're co-leading your program. You listen to them and you really try to implement what they're suggesting. The PI here says that Builts are advisory councils on steroids. So really, you're getting them engaged into this whole process. More specifically, we invite the CT members to attend our national Built meetings to listen in, and also part of those meetings is 3 times a year. 3 of those 4 meetings involves trends talks. Just been spend about a half hour or so talking about trends, and then the 4th meeting is this longer meeting where we vote on job skills. And that's what this slide here is about. So once a year, we go line by line, and the Built members, the employers, they rate and vote and prioritize entry-level job skills for IT infrastructure. And then that provides a baseline for you guys to use, however you see fit. We give the list to you by September, and then you can use that as a baseline to work with your employers and your faculty to make sure that you align your curriculum with the workforce needs. That's the whole point of all of this. The Built is to make sure that you're teaching your students what your employers need them to know to get them hired. So that's what the Built's all about. We have a whole bunch of resources about this to go much more detail about how it works. But a big benefit of the CCN membership is getting exposed to the Built model. And we believe in fact, here's the next slide, we will help you learn the Built model. We can help you maximize your engagement with your employers, support the Built model, and also help you set up that first KSA vote. We have a whole online process. We use just Google tools, it's all free, and we can definitely help you get that first vote set up. Which is a big benefit as well. The last of our 7 benefits is virtual labs. We can give you access to free NDG labs to support those 6 classes: A+, Network+, Security+, Ethical Hacking, COISA, Digital Forensics. So if you want to get your feet wet with NDG, if you thought about trying virtual labs, this is a way to sort of test them out for a semester. If you're teaching those classes, we can give you free lab support to use those. They're 24/7, it's online, you schedule them, the students schedule them. Also for high schools. So if you have high school partners, if you join the CCN, you have high schools, we can provide those labs to your high schools as well, because we do want high schools to join the CCN. It's not just for higher education, it's for secondary schools as well who have IT programs. Okay. that is the benefit rundown. So now Christina's going to take over and talk a little bit about the responsibilities, what we expect the CC members to do as a part of the community. I'm going to mute mine, right? Oops.
Great, thank you, Mark. I know right now you're thinking, wow, those are some awesome benefits, but let me give you a little bit about.
Sorry, Greg, I'm so sorry.
Let me talk to you a little bit about the member responsibilities. We do only ask CCN members to do 4 things: attend our meetings, embrace the built model, provide data, and connect with us. We're here for you. Attend the meetings. Well, you're probably thinking that's a lot, but it's 4 CCN meetings a year, 4 quarterly built meetings, special topic webinars and events. Those are to help you. And email questions. So email questions are those questions from other CCN members looking to find out who has this program or that program, or they ran into a roadblock and need some assistance. The CCN is all about engaging, participating, sharing, and asking questions. Embracing the built model. These are the 7 essential elements for a built. These are the things that help your built be a built. Convening quarterly, meeting twice a year just is never enough. It doesn't give your employers enough time to truly feel engaged to your program. It's about their engagement in your program, not just that rubber stamp of their approval. It's their ownership, their co-ownership, working with you and your students. Scheduled time on the agenda, let them talk about industry trends. That's where you get the what's coming down the road. That's how you keep your program future facing and moving forward. Invite faculty to attend these meetings. This isn't just for employers. This is where faculty have a chance to ask questions of employers, to hear what's actually being said from the employers, not from, well, they said this, he said, she said. They heard it from the mouth of the employers. Once a year, prioritize those KSAs. Use that online voting that Mark talked about and prioritize those KSAs. That helps you constantly keep realigning your program, keeps your students learning the latest, greatest that employers are hiring for. Map your KSA list to your curriculum. Doing a gap analysis allows you to find out what is missing in your curriculum so that your curriculum, again, stays at the forefront. Assemble single discipline groups. So small builds versus large generic IT builds, keep them small. That helps them focus more on certain areas, have a software group, have a data analytics and infrastructure, have small subgroup builds. So for those who don't know, this is just a quick look at what the product of a voting looks like. This is from our last annual voting. It shows the task items. It shows the rankings that the businesses gave them and the average of those rankings. It just kind of see where the importance falls on each of those items. Provide data. So all of our training events have a short survey. This one very likely may have a short survey. That's how we report back our effectiveness to the National Science Foundation, which is one of our requirements. We do have bigger surveys. We have an annual report that we ask CCN member schools to provide responses. We typically get about 50% of the CCN doing those surveys. And we'd love to get that number higher. We'd love to truly show the impact that the National CTC has had all of these years on students. That's the ultimate goal here, is the students. So how do you stay connected with us? This is important. We put a lot of work in staying connected with our CCN. We've got the Facebook page, we've got a Twitter, we have YouTube, LinkedIn, and a monthly newsletter. On all of those, we're constantly sending out built meeting trends, conference session summaries, grant updates, built tips, student features, faculty features. We share it all across all of these platforms. But what we'd like for you to do is not just connect with us on those, but share, retweet, like, spread the word about what CTC is doing and what you're doing. So the newsletter goes out once a month, the first Friday of every month. You'll have a recap of previous month activities and then a glimpse of what's coming up. And then anything that impacts the grant or IT or anything like that. So you'll see here, we do have about 1,800 subscribers. You know, that's fantastic, but we can get that to become bigger. And there's lots of great information right there that comes straight to you once a month. A weekly blog. So we do a new blog every Monday. It's sent out, it's posted and shared. These covers best practices, resources. It may showcase a CCN faculty, a student, what happened at the latest conference. It may be about, you know, what's going to happen in working connections, winter, summer. But it's another place where we can provide a quick update about the grant and grant activities. YouTube videos. We have a plethora of videos with wonderful content ready to listen. They range from lengthy ones to short ones, just depends on what you're looking for. All of our webinar recordings, special presentations, those are lunch presentations that happen at working connections, built best practices, interviews with students, faculties, employers, some great clips to share with your students from employers, day in the life of an employer. They are all done on playlists and it's easy to find what you're looking for. So there's about 117 videos posted since 2019 with about 423 hours of watch time across those videos.
Thank you, Christina, for that overview of the responsibilities, what we expect CC members to do. Now, just to keep in mind, it's not like we demand you to be at everything. It's definitely sort of a come as you can sort of thing. So if you're able to come to the meeting, that's great. If you can't, we're there for you. We send out meeting minutes for everything. So even if you're not there, you're still plugged in, you're still getting invitations, you're still getting all the messaging going out. We just hope that you can attend as well and engage. Okay, so one more note here before we stop for any questions that may be. So our current NSF grant ends in September of 2023. A version of the CCN has been included in a proposal for new National IT Center that will hopefully take our place, next fall. So the hope is that your membership in the CCN, if you join, now or the next couple of months, will roll over to that new center. It may have a different name, but the proposal, embraces and values what the CCN stands for, what we're doing with y'all and with your students. So while the CTC was going to end soon, your membership should live on. So that's what's going on with that. So at this point, if you have any questions or concerns, we have like about 10 minutes left. You can either email them to us. There's our emails, all 4 of our emails. Ann Beheeler, the grant PI, the principal investigator. She runs the grant. But let me know if you have any questions. The application, we can send that to you. Again, it's free to join, no cost, and our leadership team reviews those pretty quickly. So, I mean, within a week or so, week and a half, you'll have an answer back. And most people do get in, no problem. You have any questions for the chat box, or you want to come off mute and ask us questions? Okay, everyone. Well, thank you for your time. I'm not going to keep you for no reason. So thanks for joining us. Hope this was helpful. Any questions come up, email us. But we hope if you're not a member of the CCN, you will consider joining and be part of the family. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.